Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of A Fright to Remember, the Wellspring City Halloween special. So I am Zen. I am the DM. If everyone wants to real quick introduce themselves before we get into it.
Hi, I'm still Authenticity, and I'm still playing Nikola N. Change. You're still not allowed to know what the N stands for. And Nick is still in fucking crisis mode.
One reason to be in crisis. Anyway, I'm still Verl. Still playing as Shaun here. And, it's okay, we're all having a crisis, but if we're all having a crisis together, that means no one's having a crisis. So, we're good.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Trauma
I don't think that's how
bonding.
that works.
It totally
Makes
does.
sense to me.
See?
Cough, cough. We've lived through this before.
I feel like that's just how it should describe capitalism.
That's what people want you to think about capitalism. Anyway. Hello, I'm Tallestnull, and I'll be playing Tailwind. They currently don't have limbs.
They have no bones.
Or bones.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
No, that's fair. They also don't have bones.
Or a brain.
Yeah.
But they have thought pattern, which is weird.
And hello. I'm Tala, and I am playing Brittney Megan Bronson, who, unlike Tailwind, still has limbs. Many.
She's
even
making
too
up
many?
for it.
And bringing up the rear, I am Never Not Lordly, and I'm playing Cat, who's just a bit airheaded this evening.
Oh boy. So, to recap a little from part 1, it is Halloween today in Wellspring City, and the 5 of you put on some costumes and set out to start trick-or-treating around the town, until you started hearing a horrible noise, and then were forced to transform into your mutant forms. And I didn't realize when I was writing that out how many times I used the word form and force. The force sound is everywhere in that sentence.
The force be with you.
Always.
So, however, there seems to be something more to your transformations today, including that Brittney and Tailwind actually have noticeable transformations, and Nikola accidentally scared the group for the first time since they got their powers. So, you've decided to head for the 812, and now the 5 of you stand just outside its doors. You can all roll a perception check if you like.
Oh boy, perception.
Alrighty.
Dang it, I opened up my sheet, and I have since closed it for some reason, because I'm very intelligent.
I passed you like 3
Don't
minutes
worry.
ago.
It's not the first time I've done it before. Do I not have our... There it is. My computer's just acting slow.
14.
21.
Oh boy. Starting off with good rolls. 16.
16.
So far, so good.
That makes me fear for later in life.
I'm waiting
Okay.
for someone to just roll like a 3 on this.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Listen, it's fine. It'll balance out, because someone else in the group will notice and tell you.
I got a crit fail! First
There
ever.
it is!
Cat walks into the wall. Trying
The airheads.
He's still frightened.
The airhead is miles
He
away.
is still. Well, I think the fear has worn off by now. We're just gonna waive it because he made so many goddamn saving throws.
Sorry.
So.
Yeah, I think
Shaun
it
also
ends
got a
with
7.
light.
Yeah, you're tied, but still Cat did worse because of that nat 1. So, I think Kat and Shaun, you're keeping an eye out. The street looks pretty normal. It's less crowded than, like, the center of town was. You've reached sort of the outskirts of Wellspring City, so it's not as busy out here. And Tala, Tailwind, and Nikola all noticed that the sound you were hearing is a lot quieter out here, like less intense. Like before it was incredibly annoying, and now it's like, you know, like a droning mosquito. You can sort of drown it out more.
Did they like move away from the center of the city? Did they like?
They have
Does it?
they were near the center of the city before, and now they are on the outskirts of the city. I can send the map again. Cause like
You know what? That kind of implies that if we just, went to Tailwind's junkyard and hung out and had a movie night, we could just skip the whole night's drama.
Well, we don't know how far that awful bad noise is coming from. So.
Yeah, because I assume it's still affecting us, even if it's fainter.
yeah,
Yeah.
the noise is fainter, but you guys are all still very much stuck looking mutanty and such, so it's still having an
This
effect.
is weird.
It's just not quite as annoying.
I think Nikola has like they put their cloak on over their many Halloween costumes and just sort of like ushered Tailwind into like the impenetrable shadow. They look a little bit like a nightlight, maybe.
I'm mood lighting.
Honestly, the second Brittney and gang are, it's like she's still dragging them along. The second they're in front of the A12, she just sort of shoves everyone in.
Let's hope it's not locked and closed.
If it is locked, she will break down that door.
It is not locked. The doors are open, and you hear the little dingling of the door being pushed open, and now I didn't open my own sheets because I wasn't sure. But yeah, the 812 is open, and you guys can go inside, and Perspicuity is behind the counter. And he like looks up when you come in and is like, "Ah, happy Halloween, young friends. Are you here in search of candy, perhaps?"
I'm a ball. Something is wrong.
Candy and so much more, sir. Do you have a second of your time? We could beg.
Cat waves wildly. He leaves like a smoky trail where his arm is, just like, "Hi, Percy!"
You might want to stand like a little outside. There's a smoke detector like right over there. You don't want to trigger the fire department.
A new sound joins the throng.
Brittney reaches a tendril to that smoke detector and tears it from the ceiling. We are not dealing with that today.
Ah, I
Oh,
can't
shit.
with a much
Hell
Come
yeah.
on.
Can we
Come on, I
just
put
take
that
a
in like a
second
month
to
ago.
appreciate?
Come on. I got a spackle when I have arms back.
Cat just sort of rotates to Brittney. It's just like, that was cool.
Brittney does not respond. It looks like she is busy looking for some sort of tarp or something to cover up the front of the store.
The switches that the sign to closed.
You could just stand in front of him and think long, flat thoughts.
Perspicuity looks a little bit taken aback by you guys barging in here and immediately like ripping stuff off the walls and trying to shut the place down.
Brittney's used to owning everything in this town.
Oh no, the one thing she has to pay for.
Listen, if he can figure out a way to give candy to that crackling ball of light calling itself Tailwind right now, then they can be sad that we're being a problem. Until then, we will be a problem. So.
You can see that we're having a bit of an issue.
Little bit.
Don't mind Brittney. She's normally much nicer. She's just a little stressed right now.
I just...
Nicer?
Do you have anything we can black out the windows with? We need someplace to hide for now.
I don't want to get near the microwave. I could probably short this place out.
You know what? I'll just find something myself.
I'm sorry.
Sir,
I
if
just
you
can't.
haven't,
Oh.
sir, if you
This is a hell of a way to tell perspicuity that you guys are mutants.
I think Nikola will like raise one like misshapen clawed hand and just be like, "Sir, if you haven't figured it out, we're a little stuck."
I love that, like, an eldritch horror terror has rolled into the store. And Percy's just like, so you kids here for candy? Those sure are neat costumes. He
Right,
also
I-
got a great fail on his perception roll.
I,
But
as the player, and I think as Tailwind, forgot they haven't told them. We'll
yeah.
be keeping this as hush-hush as possible.
Well, you see, it's okay because they're the hippie that runs the grocery store.
Clearly.
But they gonna believe, oh
Safe-
yeah, like 4 mutants crashed into my store.
5.
5, yeah, see, there's 5. I'm not counting the ball of light. Doesn't count.
I think perspicuity like gets his wits about him, but and then is like, yes, this does seem to be a most unfortunate situation. I do have the staff room in back, although it would take me a little bit of time to shut down the store if you need more privacy.
That would be lovely if you could, Percy. Sorry about this.
And if you breathe the word of this to anyone, rest assured I can make all of your loved ones disappear.
Great.
I think we are some of those. We are aforementioned loved ones, so that would be a little self-defeating. Anyways, let's close the store, please.
Cat
Okay.
Rose again. That was a little fucked up, Brittney. Not gonna lie.
It was very fucked up.
Oh,
Do you think now is the time to talk to me about what is and isn't fucked up? Do you want to have that conversation right now?
Fair and valid. He will then waft off to the staff room.
You're a coward. She can't even hit you right now. What's she gonna hit?
She can turn herself into horrid eldritch tentacles. I don't want to take the chance, Mr. Bucket Boy.
Wait, let's see.
Just get to work closing down the store or something. We
yeah.
are going to need a lot of privacy for however long this lasts.
Perspicuity just nods and goes to like switch off the open sign. He writes up a little sign that says "out of candy" and hangs that in the window, and starts like closing some shutters over the windows and stuff.
I feel so bad because, like, he's a nice guy, and yet we're causing him to lose what is probably one of the biggest nights of business in the year.
The free candy.
It's
fine.
No. Tomorrow's the perfect fine night. That's when the adults go looking for candy.
True.
I think he does say, you might want to wait somewhere out of sight. I am not I have had several customers in tonight, and I'm not sure if all of them have left yet. So you might not want to be directly in front of the door when I make the announcement that we are closing.
Fair and well, I'll go. Nikola will
Fine.
start sort of like ushering people.
You can
Yeah,
you
that
can
is
pretend
absolutely
to
helping.
be someone dressed up. It's fine. But stay out of the way anyway.
I think that could Nikola please have like a drag queen fan that they're just using to like fan Cat in the direction they want Cat to go.
That is absolutely
Yes.
something that is on a shelf nearby, and Nikola can just pick it up and start.
Just gonna start blowing this hot air away.
Hey, can we just reflect on like the slow metamorphosis of Nick and fucking Brittney into the teen parents?
Brittney? I mean, Brittney
Here's
could
the
be the
divorced
wine
dad
mom.
that only comes and visits on weekends.
She is the one who's doing most of the getting shit together. I will say this much.
She's
Well-
the
Tailwind has no hands. You're smoke, and I'm leaking on everything, so they're the ones with the most hands at the moment.
Yeah, I was like this from Mr. Had, but
Oh, sorry. Just the way you said leaking on everything is just like didn't know you weren't
Look.
body parents.
That's unfair by volume. By volume. Blah, blah, blah.
if you think about it, we have all the different forms of matter represented. We have solids, liquids, gases, and plasma.
Hey.
Is plasma?
Cough,
Oh, no,
cough,
yeah.
cough, cough.
I don't know. The ex-trash raccoon.
Yeah, I'm. Thank you. I was dumb for 4 seconds.
It's okay, your brain was blown too far away from the rest of you.
This is what happens when you need to cope.
We're coping just fine. What are you talking about?
Anyways, Brittney is helping Nikola shove everyone into the staff room away from prying eyes.
Zzz, zzz, zzz.
So yeah.
Now part of me is wondering if Shaun would conduct Tailwind.
So once Persecuty sees you're all safely back in the staff room, he like makes an announcement over the PA system that's like, due to unforeseen circumstances, the 812 will be closing early this evening. Please make your way to the front of the building and exit in a timely fashion. Thank you for your cooperation. And you know, a few minutes pass where presumably some people filter out of the store and the doors get locked and shuttered and everything. And then you hear like a knock on the staff room door, and Perspicuity is like, I believe the store is now empty and you should have the privacy and space that you requested.
Thank you.
This is very weird.
Could Nikola do like a sweep just to be like, is anyone thinking in the store other than the ones that they can like see?
They're only like feeling the minds of people around.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are only like a couple of customers in the store. Neither of whom seem to have noticed the strange sound. They've got no clue why Perspicuity is shutting down early. They don't seem to be having any negative effects.
They're just like, oh, I can't get my Cheetos.
Mhm.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
So, just the monotone scream of what the fuck.
It seems like it's been quite an interesting night for you five. Do you care to explain what's been happening?
Okay. Don't
Weird
tell Goat.
noises. And then we were this.
Don't tell Goat. I may have gone into Ensville a couple of times.
Okay, Brittney is immediately slapping a tendril around Tailwind.
Nikola will
We don't
say
know
in
how
her.
this happened. A curse? Maybe. We just heard a weird noise and then we were like this.
Nikola will say in Perspicuity's mind, we got fucking mutated like a while ago when we've been sort of like trying to do good with it, and then this, you could say we're having some performance issues, but in reverse tonight.
Don't worry, lots of people have anxiety issues.
No.
Percy, don't worry, Percy probably has pills for that kind of thing.
Someone had to say it.
No.
Someone had to say it.
You didn't actually. You didn't have to say it at all.
That was in Perspicuity's head between them and Nikola. Tailwind can't hear shit.
Oh, that's fair.
I assumed that was out of character, but yeah.
Security just being told, yes, she's actually lying to you. I'm telling you something else entirely. Ha ha ha.
I think being told like 2 or 3 different stories. I'm gonna roll insight for him, and we'll just see how this goes.
Could they roll persuasion to see, like, boost that at all?
They blink their eyes. They give him the puppy dog stare. With the eldritch monstrosity.
I mean, you can if you want to. You're already speaking directly into this guy's head, which is not exactly normal. So,
Bit invasive too.
sure.
17 plus 9.
Good God.
Brittney, you roll to see if you convince him.
No.
I'll be honest.
can.
I think it's pretty obvious who's telling the truth, considering what, how quick Brittney was to shut Tailwind up.
Yeah. So I think Perspicuity just sort of nods and says, "Ah, I see. Totally unforeseen and random event then." And then he winks at Nikola, like, "Yeah, I know what's going on."
Nikola's is underneath a big cloak, so you can't see their you can't see their expression, but they seem relieved.
They could like slump a little bit with relief, and that would be visible.
Anime sigh.
Yes.
Phew.
And he's like, it is quite strange that such an event happened tonight, and this hasn't happened to you previously.
No. Well, okay. The goo has always been able to turn into the goo. Cat over there
Cat
only
waves.
only sometimes a smoke. I didn't think any of this was affecting me for the longest time, and now I'm a ball of lightning.
Surprise! Incidentally, I'm kind of imagining Tailwind sounding like they're talking through like one of those rotary fans and fucking up their voice like that.
It's very good. I just don't have a voice augment mod at the time.
Do you have a table fan?
I do, but it's on the other side of the room.
No, we do not need it. But that's fun to imagine. And Perspicuity's like, I see. That is, he doesn't have this long ass pause. I'm trying to think of the properly erudite word. That is most troubling. If this is,
That's a bummer, dude.
if this is an unprecedented event, I have certainly never seen anything like it.
Well, there was the sound. The sound. Have you heard anything tonight, like outside?
I cannot say that I have. Nothing out of the usual for Halloween celebrations, anyway.
I mean, is it normal that, like, is there like a Halloween screaming machine that you city folk set up? Like, this isn't normal, right? They kind of look at everyone else.
No, this is not
I can't say
normal.
this has happened to me before, no.
Absolutely not. This is bad. This is very bad. And at this point, Brittney has sort of retreated to the corner to see how bad it is with a little hand mirror.
Don't worry, you can't see any of the wrinkles that are on your face.
Cat will like look at Tailwind like for a second and then tentatively backhand them. It will do nothing to no one, since one is electricity and the other one is smog, but
Don't worry, this is revenge. You just don't know about it.
Yeah, I don't mind Brittney. She's having the breakdown now.
Could Nikola just like come over and sit next to her and just sort of like not leading her through breathing exercises, but sort of conspicuously breathing in, holding, breathing out themselves to try to help her calm down.
It'd be nice to have lungs.
I think when she realizes someone's like approaching, she sort of goes to cover her face and just leave me alone. Don't look at me.
Not looking. Listen, you think you could possibly look worse than me right now?
This isn't about looking worse. This is.
You're surrounded by 4 nerds and the local hippie. None of whom anyone will believe. There's no one here that you need to keep up appearances for.
I mean, there might be the weird kid, but I don't think we've seen him yet.
Tailwind.
Supposed to do about for Halloween night? Maybe we can just stay here and hope it goes away.
Did Tala cut out for like half of that for everyone else? Or...
Yeah, I heard like
sorry.
3 words.
Oh, god damn it.
Tala, were you aware you had the voice modulator in for that one?
Oh, wait. Now I am aware.
That's very good.
Oh god damn it.
Just
The
very
fucking,
accurate. God damn it.
The fucking god voice from Monty Python is, oh god damn it.
Anyways, right, what was I? Okay. Well, what are we supposed to do about this? Do we just... Maybe it will just be for the rest of the night? Maybe we could stay here and hope it goes away?
Historically, that hasn't worked out well for us. We could try to shut off the noise.
Oh, I can't go out like this.
Do you want to borrow my cloak? No one can see anything under it.
Do you want to roll a persuasion?
Sure. Anyone else can roll an insight on Nikola.
No, the only thing I'm rolling is my eyes. Don't you need it, but...
18 plus 9.
Damn. Okay. So there's a bit of a pause in Brittney's panicked rambling before she quietly nods. That might help. I don't have anything else on me.
Nikola very reluctantly takes off the cloak, and everyone can see exactly how like eldritch and misshapen and like non-Euclidean their body is right now.
Damn.
Even with all the costumes, and
Nice.
they just very carefully tuck it around Brittney's shoulders.
I
You know
got
what? Are you sure you don't need this more?
I got a nat 20 on that insight check, by the way.
Oh, hey, Kat, they hate giving this up. They just want to hide underneath that cloak forever. They hate looking at themselves right now, but this is worth it to them.
That was far too sweet and wholesome for this disaster episode.
We're just a bunch of walking self-image issues at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know,
22 for
that,
Brittney.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd say that, like, again, they're extremely reluctant. They, like, they get it. They 100% get having this sort of horror at what you are right now. But because they get it, they're like, well, I have a thing that's specifically to help with this.
Yeah, Brittney takes the cloak, looks at Nikola before slowly handing it back. You know what? I think, considering I'm kind of shadowy, might make more sense for you to keep this one. I think it'll be easier for me to hide than it is for you.
Are you sure?
I'll just steal something from this store. Maybe they have a blanket.
Steal something. God, perspicuity is right
Yeah,
there.
he is. I've been waiting for this cute moment to be over so that he can pipe in, like, yes, the 812 does stock a variety of camping gear, including several blankets. If that would be of,
Yeah.
if that would be of use to you.
Tailwind will just like float over to perspicuity. Take it off my tab. Right. I don't have a face. Okay, this is gonna be weird.
It just occurred to me that, like, Nick with the cloak and Brittney without it are kind of twinsies.
Twinsies.
Well, someone is going to have to change.
God, I wish you would change.
I mean,
Same.
Nick did just offer.
But yeah, there are.
Nikola will very, very gratefully burrow underneath the thing. They look like an amoeba on the floor. But they are just sort of sticking by you, Brittney.
how cute. Maybe we could steal some of the hippies' blankets, and then you could have more blankets.
Someone should pay for the blanket.
Why are
You'll
you
give them
being
back.
so rude to perspicuity? He just shut down his store for us. Zero
Exactly. He won't mind lending a few blankets.
Relax, I can pay for the blankets. I was joking.
You have a very dry sense of humor, Brittney. And that's what we appreciate about you.
I would 100%.
I'm gonna go find something to buy.
I would 100% believe Brittney shoplifts for fun.
Instead of,
There's one level in Rogue somewhere in this build.
I don't know if she's good at it, but I feel like she would do it.
Her dad just owns most of the fucking town, so if someone catches her shoplifting, they just add it to the tab.
Just bill her dad. She couldn't even be a delinquent if she tried.
She thinks she's brilliant at shoplifting, but she's been caught more than she hasn't been.
Anyway, there are a couple different options for blankets. They're mostly pretty plain camping blankets. So like there's like a plain gray wool. There's like green fleece or whatever. Though I think near to the front of the store they do have some novelty seasonal Halloween blankets that are like one's got like spider webs on it, one's got like a billion pairs of eyes, those like spooky eyes that are just everywhere. One's got pumpkins, etc.
Yeah, she's grabbing the gray one. She's not in the mood for novelty tonight. She's having enough of that.
Valid.
No.
Cat's just like... Cat, when she comes back, is like, man, you really could finesse the whole shadow monster into probably the best Halloween costume ever.
Not another word.
Cat salutes.
Anyways, yes, she does pay for it.
Arm comes out with a tiny coin purse, pulls out the card, then just submerges back into the black. We're
Yeah.
getting very off topic, but I'm just having
Yeah.
too much fun with this.
Does anyone else want anything from the store for like disguise or anything? I think last time there was talk of putting Tailwind in like a lamp.
Yeah, could those like old conductor's lanterns? Nicola's gonna go find one of those. So we when they hold it up for Tailwind, it can be this wonderful visual of this hooded figure with like a gnarled, grizzled hand clutching a lantern.
Oh, that's sick. That's awesome.
Perfect.
Is there anything? Are there any like pool floaties or anything? Something like an inflatable beach ball or something?
I'm gonna put you in a pool floaty.
There probably are. It's like a clearance section near the back with some pool floaties, you know. The inflatable tubes, some beach balls, like a big pink flamingo thing.
I just want to see.
Can we make a cat donut?
Oh my god, my brain's immediately going to the birthday balloon section where it's just like the helium tank
Oh
and
my
a bunch
god.
of balloons.
Yes.
Absolutely. They're just walking. They're walking. Oh my god. I just had the fucking mental image of, you know, Nikola, creepy lantern in one hand, cheery balloon in the other.
Consider the
I mean, it's sort of like a Stephen King's It sort of situation at this point.
consider those mylar balloons that look like characters, and there's an anime character.
Now you can be an anime.
A waifu pillow.
Yes.
No!
Oh,
No, I expected everyone to yell at me for that one. No!
What?
It would be so funny though.
Oh no.
I didn't hear what you said, and I don't think I want to.
Someone else repeat it.
Waifu pillow.
Waifu pillow.
Oh god.
my mind went to the next worst option.
No,
Oh.
no.
I'm not
no,
going to say it.
No.
I'm not going to say
No.
it.
Oh, was it blow up doll? Because like that's how I was originally going to phrase it, and then I remembered, oh, that has connotations.
Oh, I get it now.
Moving swiftly forward.
I
I push you all with the broom back to Zen.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that Tumblr poster. It's like, fuck cosplay, I'm just gonna cut arms out of anime body pillows, and it's like these buff arms coming out of like one of the Madoka Magical girls. So, yeah, you
Good.
can find probably a camping lantern. It's not exactly an old conductor's lantern, but you know, it works.
I'm just gonna have to hope no one questions my weird slime monster costume, and
We
then
can
I
put
keep
you
my
in a
legs.
bucket. It's fine.
Hey,
You want to be in like a? We could sprinkle some candy on top of you, and you can have like a camouflage. Unless the candy would just sink in.
It might do that. I'm not sure. Usually, I feel more solid than this.
Is
Can
Shaun
we-
in the
can we-
bucket currently? Or the trash can? Or is he still standing?
I'm still standing. I'm walking.
Mm.
He's
There
learning
are.
how
for
Walking.
walking.
I mean, there are a couple of Halloween costume leavings if you want to try and make it look more intentional. Like, you could probably find like a lab coat or a mask or something.
Oh yes, clearly a lab accident creature. This is why we have OSHA, everyone.
Their costume is OSHA spokesman.
Yes.
I mean, we could just like I feel like what Brittney and I have done is made our quote costumes look less convincing.
Just
Like
we don't want to be convincing.
We do not like. I think we need to get like put some yarn around you so it looks kind of stitched, or like, you know, make a seam. Like just apply some tape somewhere to make it look like, you know, something's being held together.
Okay, sure.
Or add some flour to make it look like you've just had a bunch of like oobleck dumped on top of you.
Alright. Flower is like, I guess that makes sense. It's like, ah, yes, of course.
Okay. Well, I'm loving this as a thing. We need to look for a solution to the problem.
Yeah. Which I figured would be, figure out what the heck is with the sound.
Well, it got like it lessened as we came out here. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that whatever we're dealing with is towards the center of town, which might take us uncomfortably close to they look at Brittney, your house.
Oh,
We don't want to go near Brittney's house.
aren't you glad I kidnapped you now?
All right. They slap some googly eyes on Tailwind.
There you go.
Oh God! If my dad sees me like this.
Well, now they won't know it's you.
If your dad sees you like this right now, then yeah, he won't recognize you. If it had happened while you were in your room, hot damn.
Hey, Cat, you're not helping.
I don't try to most of the time.
Brittney, if you think about it like this, it's just think of it as the further preservation of your sort of persona, your alter ego, whatever you want to call it. Like it's, believe me, I don't think anyone among us is recognizable. Except Mr. Perspicuity, excuse me, sir.
I had to beat my brain with the baseball bat to keep my mouth shut when you said Among Us.
No,
Among
I think
Us.
we need to decide here and now whether or not we have Among Us in Wellspring City. If only because it is inevitable that at least Kat and Shaun are at some point going to vent.
Well, you see, it's amongst us.
Amongst us.
It's Bronson branded like everything else, so it's called something like Bramong Us.
Oh God.
Thank God, your dad's in everything, Brittney. I hate it.
I personally was running it through the filter of like cartoons or real life, so I was imagining it like some sort of like Korean drama or something, like a soap opera.
Fantastic. Consider it's like, yeah, some sort of lost style drama that's just been running for way too many seasons, because
Oh, God.
there's just so much suspicion thrown around.
Dun 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 dun.
He's making money, so they keep making it. You can never escape.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the supernatural hell. It will never end.
You know,
That's how you're all.
I will say, you know, odds are we won't have to go anywhere near it. Just keep in mind that that's the direction that we're going to have to be careful in.
We don't know how much that noise is gonna mess us up. Or anything. At least I can pretend to be like a full body costume thing. Oh great, I'm gonna get called someone's persona.
Yada yada.
That's okay, that happens to Tailwind every day. So. Is there human kids?
I'm
No!
no.
Verl?
This is
Verl, remember all those horrible things that I said about the waifu pillow and the thank you for fucking topping it so that people like I feel so reassured that I haven't said the worst things this today.
Yes, you're
I mean, pre-game conversation, I topped all of you, so.
This
well, you
is
always win. So, hush.
yeah. That's
Okay.
not anything new.
the award is named after you, Lordly.
It's the Lordly Medal of Dishonor.
Well, you can wear it while we try and figure out where the horrible noise is and why it is making one heads hurt and two everyone is wrong.
Mhm. So are you guys ready to head out then, or are there any other preparations you want to make or discussions you want to have before leaving the 812?
Nikola will text a grandparent and just be like, out doing things with friends.
Not
Can
I
exactly
will.
lying.
I will
Can someone please
again,
feed Sentry?
again
Aw.
reiterate. Do not tell Goat about this.
I think Nikola gets back a text that is a thumbs up, and then approximately 12 other random emojis from the grandparent trying and failing to exit the emoji keypad.
I thought you were going to say that like they passed the phone around and each grandma and grandrun got to pick an emoji.
Possibly.
Well, they
you
don't
get
have
a,
time for that because they're
yeah.
fighting over who gets to feed Sentry.
You
They
got
have
a
one
lot
cell
of
phone.
emojis in a text, and one of them is a thumbs up.
I hope to
a lot of
God
them are.
that was intentional.
And Rito in Perspicuity is like, fear not. Your guardian shall remain oblivious to this incident unless you choose to inform him.
I'll be back to fix the smoke detector later when I have arms and legs.
That will be appreciated.
Yeah, Brittany kind of
You're
also.
buying the spackle. Points to Brittney with the non-arms.
Yeah, you don't tell me what to do. She puts like $100 bill on the table anyways when they leave. $100? I don't know how expensive fire alarms are actually.
that
When
fits
Such a
Brittney.
Brittney thing to
Banana,
say.
What did it cost?
$10.
I
How
like
much
to
is the
think
hot
that
dog?
even with the fucking bullshit that we put Perspicuity to, expressly because Brittany does not know how much anything costs, he still makes more money than if they left them alone.
Yeah, she just digs into her pockets, pulls out a $500 bill, and goes, "This is enough, right? Yeah, that's probably enough."
You've
It's
covered enough his entire fire plant for the next 100 years.
It is a large store. I don't think it's
I don't think
100 years of...
$500 is that much.
No,
No.
it's not that much.
Keep
It
but
is
keep
a-
one.
It is enough
Keep
for
Yeah,
the
before
fire.
the fire alarm.
It's enough
Keep
for
one
the
fire alarm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
It's enough for one fire alarm and like the spackle and repairs and like maybe a new fire extinguisher too, or a new slushy machine. I don't know.
we finally get to fix the ice cream machine.
You can replace it
Look,
with one that's only down 50% of the time.
Look, the main reason that thing is down 50% of the time is because it has to melt before I can even
And you have to
get
clean
into
the
it.
damn thing.
Yeah.
So
Like that's the kind of things that Tailwind gets nerdy about. It's like, okay, I enjoy fixing things, and when I can't fix a thing to a point, it becomes a puzzle. And this is how he got his reputation.
So
Their
really,
reputation.
Tailwind should be recruited to figure out how to fix the ever-present issue of these machines suck. Make one that's better.
Literally, that was what Nikola pulled in order to get them to like adopt the self-care routine in the FPS that they did.
It is.
Amazing.
They were just like, how can I make this like ooh, I know how to make it appealing. Make it a fucking thing to be fixed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Perspicuity accepts the $500 and like nods in Brittney's direction, and tucks it away. Yeah, so we've got Nikola under their usual cloak, Brittney under a blanket, Tailwind in a lantern, Cat in a balloon, and Shaun with. Did Shaun do anything? Flower on him, I think we talked about.
And some seams to look more
Yeah.
like, yes, a costume. And just hoping that the slime doesn't decide, I'm going to eat those.
Don't dissolve your shoes.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't.
this is based on Zevo 3, so the shoes will be fine.
They're indestructible.
Boy, they.
Alright. So, Perspicuity unlocks the door for you guys to head back out onto the streets. And what are you gonna do next?
Head towards that noise.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go.
Roll
Sounds about
investigation
correctly.
to figure out where the noise is.
I'm sorry, did you say perception?
Investigation.
Investigation, thank you.
That is something I am good at, and now I'm gonna fall flat on my face.
20 plus 15.
16.
Not bad.
Also 16.
19.
Ooh.
20 plus 7.
I'm just very attached to my surroundings right now. So I'm noticing that.
Yeah. So, most of you got 15, 16. So you all can tell that the noise is definitely coming from closer to the center of town. But maybe no specific ideas about what location it would be. With a 19, Shaun, you can kind of, maybe it's because you're currently in a liquid form, and liquids are more sensitive to vibrations and conducting sounds, supposedly. But you can sort of tell that the sound is, seems to be coming from a more, open space, so probably not like a building at street level, but either an open park or maybe the top of a building. But
Well, at least we're not going to have to go underground for the thing, I think.
Who here still has a way to climb?
I mean, limbs is more than you have. I'm so sorry.
I'm
I
a
feel
much
shorter than
messier
most of the
Spider-Man.
time.
Possibly. Could probably stick on the walls if I had to climb up something.
Oh, you're gonna have so much debris in you.
Don't remind me.
You're like one of those grabby toys. It's for sure the
It's a
for sure the
slapper.
rapper.
Pretty much, those things that get horribly filthy the second you take your eyes off them. Yeah. Mhm.
God.
You are going to need a bath when you get home. Assuming that this isn't a permanent state of affairs.
Please no.
Yeah, if we can't fix it, we're never going home, so we'll worry about that when we get there.
Y'all are so
Says
fucking
you.
pessimistic.
I'll be able to go home no matter what.
No one will be able to see you.
I feel
also have a
also
portable
have a
army.
portable army.
I really hope that Kat just has like an uncle that went through Kafka's Metamorphosis, but everyone was like, "Yeah, no worries."
Yeah,
At
my
least you're
uncle
just a giant
Peter.
cockroach.
To be fair, isn't that how everyone reacts in Kafka's Metamorphosis? Like, he still has to go to work, doesn't he? I've never
Yeah, he
read
does.
it.
That's
They're like,
weird.
yeah, why are you slacking off, you big giant cockroach? Go earn your daily bread.
But yeah, all of you have an idea which direction to head in, although at the moment it seems like you're far enough away that it's going to be hard to pinpoint an exact direction, but you know which way to walk. I feel like I want you to roll deception or performance or persuasion as you walk, just as a sort of how convincing you are that you are just wearing a costume.
How convincing you are at being fake.
Exactly.
That's-
Sorry, was persuasion on that list?
Yes, it can be deception, performance, or persuasion.
Oh, nat
Holy
20.
shit.
Or charisma. Every
Don't
single
be
one of those
suspicious,
is
don't be
charisma.
suspicious, don't be
Indeed.
None of which
suspicious.
I am good at.
Uh-oh. To be fair, you're in a balloon.
I'm the least convincing balloon anyone's ever fucking seen.
Yeah, probably because you keep talking.
God. I do have. It's one of those things, like, I have deception as a trained
Oh
skill.
my god.
6.
I was like, everyone's doing so well. We got 27, 25, 18, 6.
Could I roll
7?
stealth
7.
instead? Could
How
I
are
at
the
least...
balloon, the balloon and the freaking little light being the ones that are the most suspicious? How are you doing this?
To be fair,
We have no arms! I'm see-through.
you are posing as props and not people with a costume, so I feel like you can
True.
have.
You keep moving and talking and being too much like people.
I was gonna say you can have advantage or roll stealth.
I'm going to roll stealth.
If you get an even worse roll.
Don't.
I
don't
literally can't. I cannot get the worst roll. If I got a crit fail with stealth, it would still be higher than this roll.
God. But yeah,
10.
Tallest, you can re-roll as well.
Okay. Sorry, there's stuff on my keyboard.
I'm exactly average at convincing people I am a balloon.
All you have to do is do nothing,
Okay.
and that is very difficult for
Well.
Cat. Okay.
Okay.
What if
Legitimately true.
What were you gonna say, Arthur?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, what if people think like it's some sort of animatronic in a balloon? Like it acts more like a little drone or something. Like it doesn't quite look like it's just floating freely. So they're like, "Hey, that person's playing some sort of prank."
I was just gonna say they thought you got a really cheap, shitty balloon, but that's fucking funny. I feel like people walking past see Nikola in a bomb-ass costume holding like a weird-looking flickery lamp and like a balloon that's like not quite blowing with the wind the right way, and they're like, that person's up to some shit. And just give them a wide berth, because they're like, I don't want to be on like a prank show or something.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Oh.
clearly they have the costume skills to not fuck up these obvious elements here.
Yeah.
Nikola does not mind the extra personal space today.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Uh,
okay with this.
On the other hand, Brittney, I think a couple other people who are in very elaborate costumes come up to like compliment you on your costume.
she goes along with it, voice change and all, like, oh yeah, I got this microphone custom made just for tonight.
And they're like, "Whoa, the dedication!"
Stupid rich people.
I know, right?
Cat is internally seething because, like, this is his night. He prepared so much for this.
Kat, you should be happy. Your best friend is enjoying the holiday for you. Again.
He'd be happy if he was enjoying it with her. Now he is currently stuck in a balloon. It's categorically impossible to be happy while stuck in a balloon.
Categorically?
Oh, I didn't even realize.
I'm here to make your life worse.
Puns are great. Hush.
And Shaun, you similarly get some like thumbs up thrown your direction for your cool costume.
Just hope they don't. That's why it's like, oh yeah, don't move your eyes too much and no one will realize.
Yeah, and as you get closer to the center of the city, you can re-roll investigation, and Shaun can have advantage on that because he already had the best idea where it was.
8.
I think Nikola can have advantage on this too.
Thank you, because that was a 1. All right. Investigation. Do.
Everyone's investigation or just them?
Everyone can roll
I got a
investigation.
7.
Only Shaun and Nikola have advantage.
Okay. I was gonna do the old dice fire for a second.
Yo, 2 unnatural 20s.
Whoa! Hell yeah.
Yippee!
Give me a sec.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can top that. Damn it! Single-digit
Alright.
number.
You are not very illuminating.
The light's shining in my eyes.
The light is your eyes.
What eyes?
So yeah, Brittney is a little bit preoccupied as you enter as you approach the center of town. With there's a lot of people here, so there's a lot of people like trying to compliment Brittney's outfit and stuff. 7 and 13, for Cat and Tailwind. Y'all are inside things. It's not the best situation to be in for listening.
I'm used to cramped spaces, but this is ridiculous.
Can't even twitch your fuzzy little ears.
And with the 2 unnatural 20s, Nikola and Shaun can more specifically pinpoint now that the sound seems to be coming from Wellspring Central Park, which is not labeled on the map yet, but it's that big lavender rectangle in front of Bronson Tower.
Of course it's the park. Where else would it be?
Wonderful.
I've never explained my logic for this, but the lighter colored sections of the map are parks and greenery, even though they're in purple on the Wellspring City side.
We just enjoy purple. That's why.
It's color
All
coded.
the
It's thematic.
All the vegetation has been painted purple.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's for the aesthetic.
It's the Bronson family colors, so all the trees and stuff are like painstakingly painted purple. and replaced every Tuesday because he just hasn't put together the fact that if you paint the plant, it'll die because you can't get any light.
It's plastic.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
The park is just full of plastic plants.
Why is Bronson
This is
turning into
actually
the
a
Red Queen?
dystopia.
I'm joking. It's a normal park full of normal plants. It's just purple on the map. There's also not a giant 3 on top of the 812. It's just for the map.
It's just the map.
Mhm.
You don't know what the local graffiti artists have gotten up to.
You guys have been on the roof. You literally would know if there was a giant 3 up there, and there's not.
Yeah,
It's true,
there's
we were
Not
up there.
yet.
we had food up there.
But yeah, Wellspring Central Park is like a big grassy park with like a handful of trees around the perimeter.
It's a big public area.
It is a big public area. There's some benches and the you can roll perception.
Everyone?
Yes. Maybe not Cat.
Even our
'cause
little
he
objects.
can't see right now. Everyone
Yeah,
except Cat can roll.
That's an 11.
That one.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
I'm
The
saving
farm
the
boy
good.
perceives nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Perception.
Too busy listening, not enough energy to look.
Damn.
Yeah.
Even if I had been able to roll, that's an 8.
It's
Which is
okay.
a
It's okay.
2.
No one's gonna light the situation now. It's okay. They're gonna lead the way. We are guiding light, etc.
Mhm.
If you make a Rudolph joke,
Yeah.
I will bite you.
Good luck with no mouth.
I'll find a way.
They'll electrocute you, which is arguably worse.
I'm not sure I'll feel it, to be honest.
You're made of mostly liquid. I'm pretty sure you conductive.
Well, yeah, you'll conduct it. I don't know if I'll feel it.
Okay.
I feel like the reason for the nat 1 from Nikola was like trying to wrestle the lantern away from being like, let me at him at Shaun. It's like, no, everything's fine. Hi, folks. Someone walks by.
This is
Also
just-
having to
Fools
tug the
beware.
balloon into going into the same direction as the rest of them.
You're in for a scare.
I will also say, like, as you've gotten closer to the source of the noise, it is louder and more annoying and more icky feeling, so that's also not helping.
Why?
Fantastic.
Well, at least Tailwind doesn't have any more limbs to lose, and neither does Cat.
With a 10 and 11, Shaun and Brittney can both see, as mentioned very briefly at the start of the last game, there has been like a maze constructed in the middle of the park using some hay bales. The sun is still up for now, so it seems to be all in good fun. There's like some pumpkins scattered around, a couple of decorative corn stalks, some children in costumes sort of running around. And with an 18, Tailwind can see that, and can also see, near the entrance of the park, there's some parking because some people have to drive to get to this park. There's parking available. Dystopian cityscape, perhaps. But there's
As someone, go ahead. Sorry,
No.
I was gonna make an anecdote.
go for it.
As someone who's only ever gone to New York City twice, and has to deal with New York City traffic, like this place is walkable. Why? Why do you need this many cars? I can
Well-
walk from one end to the other in a matter of an hour.
And there's public transit too, but there's still a parking lot here. And in this case, Tailwind can see that parking lot is being used to house the floats for the parade that's supposed to be starting shortly. And can see there are 5 floats, each with a different Halloween-y theme. The first one's a pumpkin patch, and then there's like a haunted house looking one. And then, the others you might have to get a bit closer to see, but it seems like the parade is going to start from here. And it seems like the parade floats are where that noise is coming from.
Oh,
someone
I
we're
know-
going to have to ruin the parade.
I know that it's the stakes are too high this year, but next year Nikola is making a note to try to get Kat to possess one of the the big floats.
I was gonna
mean,
say, as someone
it's
who
not-
has
it's not-
missed,
I should-
their. God damn it! Go ahead.
I should clarify, it's not like the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade with a bunch of huge balloons. It's
Oh,
floats
excuse
as in,
me.
someone's repurposed the back of a truck and decorated it nice. It's not actually floating.
Bronson
See-
couldn't even go for better than a truck.
Well, I don't know how these things are usually done, but it is not a balloon.
It's not even a balloon. Just kidding. We enjoy this very much, Zen.
Yes. No, we have to trash Bronson at any opportunity.
Yeah, we're being critical of Bronson, who is a bastard. We love this world that you've made for us. By you, our friend.
Thank you very much. But yes, it is the driving platform type of float. And for fun, I'm gonna say, like, as you notice that, the parade starts driving off.
How much you want to bet that the weird noise is that way?
I mean, Tailwind can tell that the weird noise is coming from that way.
I mean from the floats itself.
So you're saying someone managed to put a really annoying thing in a float that's gonna go all over town and is super annoying to people, to us specifically, but might also be really annoying to, like, oh, I don't know, dog birds and two-headed dogs and ooze monsters that you were keeping in your house.
Oh
Okay,
no.
we're gonna need to fix that immediately. Okay, I can't move. I'm in a light.
How good is the security on this
Um,
parade?
You can roll.
Ask your father.
You can roll investigation, or you can try and get closer to see. It is, I think the sun is like just starting to go down, but it's not dark out yet. So.
God. I'm just now imagining, because that question was asked, just a sea of those paramilitary cop bots that you see on the original show.
My brain goes to, okay, I'm a ball of energy, a lightning right now. Can I possess a cop?
They are robots.
You won't know
I-
until
I
you
Tailwind's
try.
electricity.
You might want to roll investigation to see what the security setup is over there.
Yeah, okay, investigation. A 10.
Investigation, I believe.
All of us can roll that, or just...
I mean, again, probably not Cat because he's inside a balloon.
It's not like balloons aren't transparent. Wait, no, they aren't, typically.
I think we talked about it being like a Mylar character balloon, which is not famously transparent.
I like reflective.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Is this investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Thank you.
I love that because I'm in a balloon, Cat is just kind of being like dragged along. He has no idea what's happening.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Cat just has to hope that no one let go.
Oh Jesus.
Well, I mean, he's been hovering just fine. There's no helium in the balloon with him. He would just
True.
stay there and just not have any idea where you guys were if he's not being pulled along.
Just sort of bobbles along at the same general height, people looking at this non-flying away balloon, just like, ah.
Verl, do you want to roll investigation?
Oh yes, I should do that. I was distracted by Maya doing the zoomies.
Oh. Good thing to get distracted by.
Can't remember. We're investigating. That's 1.
Holy shit. Very good.
Okay, it's because I can rotate my eyes 360 degrees.
So with a 10 and a 13, Brittney and Tailwind, you can see there are a couple of, police escorting the floats, sort of walking alongside it with, they have and each of them has a spooky half costume on over. It's mostly just hats. So one has a witch hat and one has a hat that looks like a spider. And they're, walking alongside the parade floats. With a 19 and a dirty 20, Shaun and Nikola can see that, in addition to, about 2 to 4 police for every float, there are also actors on top of the floats in costumes who are waving to people and throwing candy, who are there's typically it looks like a few people on each float as well, in addition to the cops. So
we can't just
Whole
scorch
crowd.
the earth, can we?
Well, we
Okay.
could, but then we'd have a body count.
Okay.
I
Okay.
repeat, we can't just.
We need to determine which float specifically is making the weird noise.
if you want to do that, you're gonna have to get closer.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, sure
We gotta
thing.
move.
Oh, if we're getting closer, you can just have a Nikola roll you across the ground. Get a little closer.
Sure, it's unfortunate that the local best at sneaking is in a balloon currently.
I mean, at any time, one of you guys could pop the balloon and Cat could escape.
Yeah, but then we'd have to explain the smoke monster.
Yeah, Cat is in that balloon by choice. So either you have a stealthy smoke monster or a balloon that no one looks twice at.
I'm good at stealth.
Are
I
you
didn't
really?
say
You
you
can
were.
pop the balloon.
I didn't say you weren't good at stealth, just that the consequences for a bad roll are going to be a lot higher outside of the balloon than in it.
Wait. Here's what we could do. Brittney could justify it as a fog machine as part of her costume.
I mean, maybe that could. And it's a crowded area. Maybe some asshole's just smoking, and no one quite knows who it is.
You can.
Yeah, I'll pop. I won't pop the balloon. I will exit the balloon in an orderly fashion.
Just blame the nicotine companies.
You can see that at least one of the floats does have a fog machine going, so as you get closer, you might blend in more easily with pre-existing fog.
Alrighty.
And I think we've been going for,
Quite
well, we
long,
started the
yeah.
call like 2 hours ago, so I think this is a good place for a break. If that sounds good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we're-
All right.
Drink.
All right.
Us in the recording.
And we are back from the break. So yeah, the parade of Halloween floats has started pulling out from the park at the end, sort of opposite where you came in, closer to Bronson Tower. And you guys are going to catch up with it. As you come closer to the floats, you all can roll perception and or investigation. Perception just to see what's up with the floats. And investigation to try and figure out which of the floats the bad noise might be coming from.
Yeah, okay, I'll roll investigation to find the noise. 18.
17.
Oh boy. Is that investigation or perception, author?
Oh, investigation.
Alright.
I did perceive.
Well,
Here's an investigation.
19. Good.
If I get into the double digits at all, it's a good number on investigation.
Okay. And, Lordly, which one's that?
That's perception. 15 total.
Alright. Yeah, so that works. I will do the, overview of the floats first, and then, tell you which one, you're thinking the bad noise might be coming from. So the parade has 5 main floats, each staffed with, tuned in appropriate costumes, and the police officers sort of escorting it that you saw earlier. Probably also some costume performers escorting it and throwing candy. So the first float in the parade is a pumpkin patch float that's got like a giant jack-o'-lantern sculpture in the middle. And has a couple tunes dressed up as scarecrows riding on it.
Must hold the tongue.
Please.
Sorry.
Just until I get through the description, please.
Sorry. Go.
So
my
the
brain.
second float is a haunted house. There's like a miniature house built in the middle. Tunes dressed up as bedsheet ghosts are sort of running around. The third float is a witch's lair float. There's a big cauldron in the middle that's spewing some colorful fog. There's a tune dressed up as a witch stirring the cauldron and like waving her broom at people watching the parade. And some like black cats and potion bottles scattered about. The fourth float is decorated to look like a graveyard with fake gravestones and people dressed as zombies and skeletons. And the fifth float has a variety of misshapen mutant monsters, sort of just roaming around what looks like a destroyed city.
Great. Oh, charming.
Why do I feel racially profiled? I'm a ball of light. The fuck?
And from
Whoever profiled my race was had some future sight to them. Apollo gave him a dodgeball or two.
And then with the investigation rolls, Brittney, Nikola, and Tailwind are sensing that the noise is emanating the strongest from the middle of the parade. So you'd guess the witch-themed float, maybe that big cauldron in the middle has something to do with it.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, I've seen this happen a couple of times. Most of the time, it's a Christmas thing. but have you ever heard of the thatched goat curse?
Oh, the one that keeps getting set on fire.
Oh boy.
Bingo.
Ah, golly. Oh boy. Oh, we're just out doing a little bit of sabotage, huh?
I don't
No,
know.
I
That
believe
seems like this
Tailwind is suggesting arson.
just a small bit.
If it works, it works.
Wow, Brittney's down for arson.
Is
I
that
am
really-
down for getting out of this state and back normal. So shut up and find some way to destroy that.
Vandalism is in the spirit of the season.
What
Yeah,
do we
sure,
got that's
whatever.
ranged? Brittney, you and I think are the head chiefs in charge of ranged spell attacks.
I do have something that might work, but
I feel like a sort of benign distraction, like maybe someone blends in with the the mutant float and then sort of draws attention there, and that way we don't have to worry about people spotting us shoot like spell casting.
well, that could work. Who wants to volunteer for that?
Well, I think Tailwind and I are out on account of we don't look like much.
I'm transparent, and they're third degree lung cancer personified.
Well, Tailwind, how about what electronics in our general vicinity do you think you are most capable of just fucking the hell up?
You know, I haven't really tested it, but I can try. So, ODM.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when I, a literal ball lightning, get near, let's say, someone's phone or a light fixture, like a street lamp or something?
I think it would be fun if the street lamp, the bulb blows out. So that's what happens if you get near a street lamp. As for someone's phone, I feel like it would be like magnetic field interference. So like the screen gets sort of glitchy while you're in the vicinity. But it'll probably go back to normal after you've gotten some distance. I will also point out these are vehicles that are driving. The police spots, in the past, at least some of the police you've encountered have been robots. And it looks like some of these floats might have electronic elements as well. Like the jack-o'-lanterns glowing. That's probably not fire, given, how dangerous it would be to have fire in a moving vehicle. Or the fog machine that's probably on the witch's one, or, there's lights all over. So you have quite a bit of electronic devices in the vicinity to attempt to fuck with.
I'm going to attempt to phase into a cop bot.
Okay, let's see.
So you're literally becoming the fuzz.
I prefer the term the static.
Yeah, so you're trying to destroy it or control it?
I think in an attempt to possess it, like control it.
Okay, so you phase in through the metal skin of this cop bot and your sort of electricity disperses through its like circuits and wires, overriding whatever its circuit board was telling it to do. You are gonna have to roll something to control this thing, because you've never done this before, and I imagine it is not the
Very
most natural
weird.
way of moving things. So,
No. I wanna say my spellcasting modifier, because this feels like a possession spell. This feels like magic.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Let's see what I do, because this is my +7. 1d20 +7. Unnatural 20.
Alright.
Ooh.
Pretty good. With a dirty 20, it sort of takes a second to make sense of it, but you know, you've worked with a lot of electronics before. You have the gist of how a robot works. So, even though controlling it from the inside is very different from controlling it from the outside, you sort of have a sense of, okay, this joint controls the left knee, and this joint controls the right elbow. And you're able to fairly smoothly take control of the copbot and continue walking alongside the parade with no one the wiser.
This is weird.
It is
Also, why do I
very
have a subprogram that just says donuts.exe?
Actually, that's giving me some thoughts, but yeah, what do you want to do now that you're inside this copbot?
Okay. You continue to walk along. I'm gonna see if is anyone going to look at me weirdly if this copbot starts sifting through the procession closer to said witch's float.
You can roll stealth with advantage because this cop is supposed to be there. Maybe not
Okay.
exactly where you're headed, but it's supposed to be part of the procession.
Stealth. I don't think I'd have my artificer bonus on this at all, because I'm not wearing armor at all.
Well, you're kind of wearing an entire
You're wearing
body
a
of armor.
robot.
Yes, but it's okay.
It's
So
not technically your armor. Yeah, and I
No,
don't
yeah,
have
it's-
stats for these guys, so just
yeah, that's fair.
they wouldn't be stealthy, so just flat d20 or
Yeah,
whatever
so
your
it is-
stealth is without the armor.
It's only a +1, so let's see if
Okay,
this still
it's gonna be
works
like,
the
oh,
way
it's
I want.
malfunctioning, and they just pop you over the head.
13.
13. I think, like, as you approach, like, the, where was the cop bot initially that you were trying to sneak into?
I was gonna say like a float or two behind the closer to us, so further behind than the witch one.
Mm-hmm. So probably, like, near the mutant float? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
with a 13, you're able to walk, like, to the front of the mutant float, and you get to, like, the back half of the, graveyard float, and then, like, the other cop that's supposed to be in that position is, like, I am assigned to walk this place, in this position, in the formation. You return to your designated position.
Oh, you've been
I
pulled off.
have oh god. Well, here comes the lying. I'm going to try to repeat that and tell them that I am also in that position.
How about you roll deception first, and then, lie as well as your roll allows.
Okay.
Can you fool a mindless robot? Your answer now.
Uh,
5? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give...
My goodness.
It'll roll insight, which is just gonna be flat. Oh no. So yeah, look.
Yes!
What is
Oh, I love this so much!
so what does Tailwind say to try and convince the robot that they belong here?
I,
Good luck,
I
Tailwind.
was I was going to repeat back whatever the exact thing they said.
In that case,
Like, you can't even say it right.
it goes
Yeah.
Error. Parade formation has been set. I am in position 4 Delta. You are not assigned to position 4 Delta. Please return to your post.
I love that these fuckers verbally communicate. Bronson's got an AIs, but he can't be asked to shell out for Wi-Fi.
Listen, it's a cartoon. Everyone speaks their thoughts out loud. It's for
Do
the
they?
benefit of the audience.
Especially the goon robots that we need to occasionally speak.
It's like, positional at, fuck it. Shoulder on that one. Zip through into that one.
Roll your
Tailwind. Screw
spellcasting again.
diplomacy.
Screw diplomacy, your mom.
Just a body jump.
Assuming direct control.
Roll plus your spellcasting again.
Damn.
That's a nat 1. I
Oh
think
no!
I think you zip out of your original bot into this new one, but it was already sort of suspicious. So as you enter the robot, as you're trying to take control, it goes like error, foreign influence detected, shutting down, and sort of everything locks up and it freezes in place.
I'm gonna go back to the
Activate
original one I was in, and then try to take that one's place immediately.
Roll, you gotta roll something for this. Stealth
Oh yeah, this
or
is something
deception.
I can absolutely fail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try deception. It's like I touch him, he dies.
Well, just keep walking.
Touch him, he dies. You as your robot, my hands bring nothing but death. And then just immediately start walking along in his place.
Nothing to see here, citizen. Ignore.
So
Yeah,
the one
we've
that shut
been-
down, I'm gonna like paint a little number on it. It's like it's gonna be your arch enemy that you can never fool because it knows you're
It's like,
Oh.
It's like, oh, there's 53 again. He's gonna kick your ass, Tailwind. Watch out.
So with an 18, you manage to not get spotted by anyone, and, you know, any parade goers that did see this happen are like, ooh, it's part of the festivities, the robots are in danger, ooh. The robot guarding the zombie parade float got infected by zombieism and died or something. So there's, like, light applause from that side of the parade at that. But no one thinks it is suspicious.
okay.
It's like, yeah, that's totally just part of the show. This robot going, oh, danger, and then just shutting off. I love it. It's perfect.
Danger. I did the Vulcan nerve neck pinch
Yes.
to the robot. Okay, so now that I am closer, can I zip into the electronics on the float?
Do you mean, which part of the electronics do you mean?
Okay, this is definitely gonna be a stealth thing, but first things first, exit the machine onto the witch float where like the signal seems to be coming from, and try to find where the signal is coming from.
Okay.
This.
So that's gonna be both stealth and investigation, I think.
Okay. Okay. Come on, +1. I know I've rolled good today before. Come on, baby. Come on. This is the stealth one.
Mm-hmm. 13.
It's not the worst.
Alright.
Now, the investigation to see if that even matters.
12. Okay. So, how I think this plays out, with the 13, no one seems to notice you exiting the robot. The robot, you know, after a moment keeps marching right along in place. And you zip up to the witch float. But once you get up there, there's like, there's a lot of fog. It's not very well illuminated. So you have to sort of, and there's a lot of, you know, there's a few different electronics on this float, from the stuff driving it to lights, fog machines. So there's a lot of like electronic interference. It's hard to sort out what exactly is causing the noise. You narrow it down to being in the cauldron, which is like a huge big pot that's probably made of like paper mache or something. Not an actual functional cauldron, but it's big so you can see it from off the float. And it's probably somewhere in there. There's also a lot of fog coming out of there, so the fog machine's in there. But like as you're looking around to get this information, definitely some of the people attending the parade start seeing you, and they're like pointing and they're like, ooh, what cool effects. Because there is a thing called witch lights, which are, you know, I think little floating lights. So it's like, it's thematic for the parade float you're on. No one has realized that you shouldn't be there yet.
I guess we can all just be, thank you, whoever evil person did this. Or just happened to make a problem, that you did it on Halloween.
God,
So I
if
see
this
the
was
rest
of
the
us are
Arbor
just
Day
watching-
parade, we'd be fucked.
Just kind of watching and seeing like, oh, that's electricity. Oh, that's what are you doing, Tailwind? And just kind of like, well, they can't catch him at least. To catch them at least, you know. You
Also,
try and
he's-
hold electricity.
Mm-hmm.
It won't work.
I mean, to be
Also,
fair,
he said that was a laugh. That was a laugh, bud.
Hmm?
It sure was a laugh. That laugh that you did, it just set off like my flight or flight responses. When the DM laughs specifically like you just did, oh my gosh.
Oh no, danger.
I laughed. Me with the terrible short-term memory, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna find out on the recording what you're talking about.
Like they said, boy, it's a good idea that, or it's a good thing this happened at Halloween, and you just went, "Teh."
God. It is a good thing. It is a good thing that this happened on Halloween, though. If it had happened on Arbor Day and that parade, God, we'd have no chance of blending in.
I wouldn't doubt that Bronson has shitty like holiday, like corporal holidays that you don't get extra pay for like other things to keep up the facade of caring for the employees.
Every Arbor
Anyway.
Day, he breaks grounds to
Hey,
plant one new
employees,
tree in
it's
a
your
park.
bi-monthly Bronson Day.
We were talking over each other. I don't know if anyone caught either of those.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I'm here. Does it look like there's some kind of transmitter or something?
I'm gonna be honest. It just looks like fog in the pot, in the cauldron. That's all you can fucking see visually is fog, because the fog machine is in there. it's just full of fog.
Well, a good adage for any modern day problem: any machine can be a fog machine when you try hard enough.
If
Oh,
you
just if
use
you set it on fire.
yes.
So, is the witch like an mechanical animatronic?
No, the witch is an actress wearing a costume. If you're getting that close to the cauldron to look inside, she is looking extremely puzzled. She
She's
wasn't
gonna be
briefed
looking
on
at you.
this. She wasn't thinking that that this was part of the float.
I think you hear in your head, Tailwind, what's the 10-4 go, buddy?
I'm not gonna lie, my brain went blank if you like said something about like an actual transceiver or something, like where this noise is coming from. But I think as Tailwind is like up here in their brain, I'm here. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm trying to blend in.
Well, keep in
I'm
mind that
blending, says local worst blender ever.
keep in mind that like we can just if you like clear the area somehow, if you make it look like it's going to explode and then get the hell out of Dodge yourself, we do have spellcasters who can just sort of explode it.
Okay.
Like,
Tailwind, do
Well,
not
how do
fuck
you-
this up.
Second voice. This is a conference call now.
Yep, I'm here now. We can both do this.
Well,
Better tell me about Nikola's character growth of, yeah, you know what? I think I'm down for explosions, actually. As long as they're fake.
As long as you're exploding Bronson's stuff, it's fine.
my
yes.
Okay. So as a person who has been reading through the Stormlight archives, my brain wants to go whisper to the witch, speak the words, say the oath, and then zip off. Someone else has read them.
Yeah, you're just murdered.
So, is that what Tailwind is gonna do? Whisper in this person's ear?
It's like whisper so they can only hear. Then I'm going to try to like zip and phase into the car part.
What are you hoping to accomplish with this?
Well, Tailwind, as a mechanic, knows a lot about cars. And the most important thing I've ever learned about cars is they're very easy to break in certain spots.
Okay, so you're whispering to the person for the fun of it, and then you're gonna try and break the car.
I'm going to zip away, yes.
Okay. For trying
I
to...
think. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say that Nikola like nudges Brittney, and do we have any other spellcasters? No, I don't. Okay, nudges
I just
Brittney and like starts like trying to blend farther into the crowd so that when they cast Eldritch Blast, people won't know who did it and hopefully won't realize it was a spell at all.
You know what I could do? One of us could cast Fairy Fire and make it look like something's caught fire.
Ooh.
And by one of us, I mean me.
Make it look like it's catching fire.
Tailwind's just like, no, or I could actually set it on fire.
I'm a ball of lightning.
Yes, but there's less chance of people getting hurt with magical, harmless fire than there is of actual, real electrical fires.
You know what else is a fun question? How is everyone feeling now that we're closer to this thing that was already really annoying and making us be weird?
Good question.
I think the sound is really bad now. Like if you were to try to cast a spell requiring concentration, you would be at a disadvantage. You would be rolling concentration saves every turn at disadvantage. It is very loud and annoying and definitely making all of your skin or equivalent crawl at the proximity. You're still sort of functional for now, but if you were around this for a long time, probably not so much.
So Tailwind is suffering more than us.
Oh yeah, brain.
At this point, we're just gonna explode it because we're so damn irritated.
Yep, I have
Fuck this
Earthen
thing.
Grasp ready to go.
All right, and can they try? Would it be possible, oh great and benevolent DM, for them to disguise an Eldritch Blast as just an explosion that came from something? Like, can they just make it look like the machinery that inside the cauldron just like kaboom?
I feel like Eldritch Blast has like a trail of sorts, like not lasting,
Yeah.
but like it'll be visible as it shoots from Nikola to the thing.
Well, if the problem is that it's noticeably going to come from a source, Earthen Grasp doesn't have the same problem, but it does have a shorter range.
And it
So
also.
Wait,
It
I
also-
have a subtle spell. I literally have subtle spell. I can just cast it and no one will know it was me.
I do. It is, however, like a very obvious giant black tentacle, which will probably make people wonder what the fuck's up with that giant tentacle.
It is Halloween. Maybe they'll think it's part of the festivities. Just
Not if
really,
the actress-
really good special effects.
Not if the actress who's meant to be knowing what's up is like, oh shit, what the fuck was that?
Speaking of, can everyone roll me perception?
I can.
Sure thing. That is a 10.
Oh, damn it.
Dirty 20.
Oh, wow.
23.
$14.
Alright. Verl? Oh no, Verl? Are you there?
I thought my thingy was muted, so I muted myself. I'm smart.
Do you want to roll perception?
I was just typing it in. There we go.
I'm impatient.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Brittney is eager for this thing to be gone. Doesn't really notice. The rest of you will notice that well, I mean, Tailwind, you are in the float, but you can sort of you're closer than anyone. Everyone else except Tailwind notices that the woman who's playing the witch sort of like reaches one hand to her ear. And Tailwind will hear that she's like, there's been an incident. I'm not really sure what happened, but and start talking into an earpiece about how some electricity talked to her. So
Subtle we ain't.
if you want to do something, you should probably figure it out and do it soon.
Alright, well.
Could Nikola cast Toll the Dead on it?
On the lady.
No, not on her, on the fucking cauldron.
Well, it requires a living target, doesn't it?
Hang on.
You point at one creature you can see within range. I don't think
Beans.
Yeah, I think at this point, Brittney has like lost her patience for this and is just and you can just see her start to hold up a hand.
Yeah, you can get from it. It's not being caused by a creature. So Toll the Dead won't lock on properly to the cauldron or whatever's inside it.
Okay. So.
Alright,
Oh,
alright. Well,
I just realized I have fog cloud. I could. What was I saying?
Can you make
Right,
it
I
seem
could
like the fog cloud is
disguise.
coming out of the car?
Exactly.
I think Nikola is going to. They're going to cast Cause Fear on the actress and whisper in her mind, "Get everyone out! Everyone!" Just trying to clear the field.
Okay, let's see. Do wisdom saving throw or become frightened. Because this is an NPC, I am just gonna roll a flat d20.
And while that happens, could I reason that Maximilian's Earthen Grasp could grab onto the cauldron if it was like summoned within range of it?
I mean, probably.
You could grab the car's axles.
Yeah, that would probably make the whole parade.
I don't want to destroy the car. I just want to get rid of the cauldron.
Oh, hey, a new car for the junkyard.
Actually, because I just realized if I cast it at a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, I can add an additional creature for each slot level. So I'm going to do the actress and then I'm going to say if there's one actor around the float who seems to have like a really loud sort of bell-like, really well-trained voice that'll really carry, I'm gonna do it to them too.
Okay.
Like I'm inciting as much panic as possible.
I love.
I'm trying to not panic, people. I guess not.
Well, that's it too.
Try not to draw
so
too much attention to yourself, though. I think Cause Fear will make them notice you.
Nope.
Could I roll stealth to try to blend into the crowd so they can't see me?
Cause Fear is
it
just.
is specifically, they become frightened of you, and you have to see them. So I feel like
It doesn't say. Oh yeah, it does say it becomes frightened of you. Never mind.
Well,
I do love, by the way, it specifically awakens the sense of mortality in one creature, so you'd be making these people scared to death of dying. I love it.
It is. I think with what you did, speaking inside their minds, that might be able to get around them needing to see you for it to take effect. I mean, there isn't.
So
anything
glad
in
that
here
we're
about
gonna
them
have a
seeing
whole
you.
bunch of people with a good reason to be afraid of us.
Well, they don't know it's us.
So I'll say roll stealth, and we'll see how it goes.
Sure. Alright.
That's a wonderful sound to make on after a roll.
What is it? Which kind of crit?
It's a nat 20 plus 2. 22. No, excuse me, plus 4, 24.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think so what happens, you say like get out, get everyone out in the minds of these two people. And they immediately break character and start yelling, and they're like, everyone get out of here!
When that happens,
and they start, running into the side streets away from the parade. And they look through the crowd and they do not see any particular source of this voice, so probably the witch actress is gonna think it's the lightning again.
Hell yeah. A literary reference and then get the fuck out.
I think at that point, no one would mind if this car started to, start to smoke in weird places. It would be absolutely normal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Considering
Brittany's gonna
that
take that as her.
Go ahead.
Brittany is going to take that as her cue to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp as beside, or rather beneath the cauldron, a giant inky black hole opens up, and a single shadowy tendril grabs onto it and is going to.
Before she does that, or while she is doing that, Cat will cast. I said what it was just a moment before. Let me check.
Fog
Fairy
cloud?
fire?
Fog, yes, fog. Fog cloud specifically to make the area heavily obscured, so people with phones can't be like, "Golly, that's a weird thing. I'm going to stand here and record."
Okay,
Oh,
so
I will also add I'm using subtle spell for the Earthen Grasp.
okay,
Well, yeah,
so
subtle spell just makes it so like they won't notice it, you doing the hocus pocus to make it happen.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
know.
mean the spell itself is
Okay.
fucking subtle.
So
Yeah,
people,
I know, that's why.
people start screaming and running away from these parade floats, and then one of the parade floats is encased in fog, or maybe that's smoke, who knows? And then while it is out of sight, Brittney uses a Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to grab and crush the cauldron, yes?
Yep.
Alright, there's a crunch from within the cauldron, and the fog machine stops, but the annoying noise does not.
God damn it.
All right. May I make an investigation check? Since I can now zip around this thing much faster to find whatever the heck is making this noise.
Yes.
I saw lumber over there too, since it's like, well, I guess we're not doing subtlety anymore.
Yeah, people are clearing the area very quickly, so you can approach the parade float,
Good numbers.
Relatively safely.
mhm. Yeah, although you might not need to, because Tailwind got a 24. So without the fog machine spewing out fog to fill the cauldron, you can see that there was a second machine inside of it, which looks a lot sturdier than the fog machine off the shelf, and also looks totally unfamiliar to you. And the noise is absolutely unbearable when you get within range of it, so you're guessing it's the source. It's
Alright.
got like some speakers, it's got like a weird Tesla coil looking thing. Definitely a machine you've never seen before, but this is probably what you're looking for.
Break it, then steal it, break it, then steal it, break it, then steal it, break it, then steal it.
Shocking grasp. Just gonna overload a capacitor and just pop the damn thing.
Okay. You might have
I've been
to
watching. Sorry, go ahead.
like, is that a saving throw or an attack roll? You make a spell
spells.
attack. So yeah, you're gonna have to roll that attack.
Okay.
This machine is sturdier than anything you'd find on the shelf, so destroying it is gonna be not super easy. Okay, but I think a 21 does do it. So Tailwind makes contact with this machine, and electricity absolutely coursing through it, and the machine goes silent. Tailwind, you can also roll investigation or perception on this machine, as like the electricity that makes you up sort of goes through it for a moment.
Investigation.
12.
Every time I roll for
We know
actual
Tailwind is very
investigation,
good at exploding and very bad at everything else.
Yeah.
at least right now,
With a
their
12,
eyes are non-existent.
yeah, with a 12, you don't really notice anything other than, it's not like any machine you've encountered before. It's weird. And then you are no longer electricity inside the machine. The annoying noise stops, and the like weird skin crawling feeling also stops. And as you start to, it's like when your limbs have pins and needles in them, but they start to wake up and feel normal again. You coalesce from being lightning into being your usual furry self, and everyone else is also starting to transform back from their mutant forms to their regular forms.
Oh god, lungs. Oh god, I forgot lungs. I'm gonna. Is this thing bolted to the floor or something?
No, it is not bolted to the floor. And even if it was, Brittney's earthen grasp would have ripped it up.
Okay.
It is like, I want to say car battery sized, but I don't really know how big a car battery is. But it is
Very
hefty.
large.
It is hefty. It is sizable, but you could fit it in a backpack.
I'm gonna chuck it in my hammer space.
All right.
This is going to end badly. I just know it. That was. I don't know why I heard the smirk, but I heard a smirk.
What smirk?
Cat, meanwhile, as soon as he coalesces, is going to fucking pull his mask off and spend like 5 minutes hacking up smoke since, his lungs are now full of what used to be himself.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Nikola is going to.
Okay, I'll spit rocks at you.
Gross.
Oh no, those were in my feet.
Yep.
Gross. Oh god.
Nikola is going to take the cape off and sort of stow it in their hammer space and sort of blend with the crowd and then just start like try to convince people to start clapping like, hey, what a great fucking show, hey?
Roll persuasion.
Let's just let people not think too hard about what happened tonight.
Can I help? Give the help action?
You sure can.
When Brittney catches on to what Nikola's doing.
Is Brittney taking off her costume or her blanket, or still trying to just be one of the crowd?
I think once she's in the crowd, she'll take off the blanket and go back to her normal witch costume. Just back to normal now, yippee!
Hooray.
I'm just thinking because, there's a difference between two random strangers saying, oh, what a great show, and one random stranger and the mayor's daughter saying, oh, what a great show, in that the mayor's daughter is going to be a lot more believable in that circumstance. But it required Brittney making herself known.
Well, I mean, it won't be, considering it's a public event, I don't think it's too unusual for her to be there. So, yeah, I think once she's confident that she's among the crowd and
not suspiciously close to the action.
Yeah, not suspiciously close to the action, she'll stow away the blanket and go along with Nikola's plan.
May I roll persuasion?
Yes, and since Brittney is helping, you can have advantage.
Hell yeah. That was a 2. 15 plus 9?
That's pretty good, I would say. 24. There are definitely some people that are clapping and going, woo! And there are some people that are confused and like, I thought it said to run. But overall, it seems like a good number of the people have bought it. Tallest,
Well,
what
of
are you
course
rolling?
it said to run. It was all for the show.
Man, Brittney is going to have to answer some questions from her parent, probably. If news gets back to him that there's like, oh, it was all a show. Unless she can convince him that, I thought it was.
She's just gonna be like, I was helping improve town morale and improving the event. What are you talking about, Dad? Of course it
She
was
is
planned.
plausible deniability all the way. She can just say she thought it was planned.
Yeah, it's like it looked planned to me, Dad. What do you mean it wasn't?
I mean, come on. One of the trucks spontaneously breaking down and
You wouldn't
letting
hire someone so incompetent, Father.
A Bronson affair going poorly? Never.
Exactly.
I think that like Nicola's very careful not to make eye contact, but as they like walk past each other, like offers a fist bump.
Honestly,
stealth.
I think in the heat of the moment, she will return it. Hell yeah. They didn't die.
They're not
Nicola's-
a horrible, ugly monster forever. Yay!
Yippee!
Nicola's Halloween has been fucking made.
This is all Nikola wanted.
Yeah, honestly, they were just like they wanted to have a good time with friends, and they've had a good time with friends. Was there other shit going on? Yes. However, they still had a good time with friends.
Yeah. So Tallest, what are you rolling there?
I put in the chat stealth. It's like GTFO.
Okay. It looks like that's a 20. So yeah, you're able to get down off the parade float, and into the crowd without anyone noticing that you were up there in the first place. So that's good. I will also say it's not. You don't have to roll perception for this because it's pretty obvious that there are some new police spots coming onto the scene. Because, you know, the actress called them there. So if you want to play innocent or GTFO or whatever, this scene is now being watched a lot more closely.
As soon as Cat stops hacking up his lungs, he's just going to grab the nearest person and just like, we're going trick-or-treating, or I will die. And just start dragging them off to go do that.
You want to go trick-or-treating now after all that?
I need to go trick-or-treating now, after all that.
Is that your therapy?
Or I will break down.
What is the therapy?
I have a horrible, horrible idea.
What is your
That-
idea?
Okay,
Hey, Brittney,
because
did you
the
shut
trash
your-
can is gone,
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
and the trick-or-treating is a thing.
You mean
Tailwind
just
is
a
going to
box now?
attempt to pull out a pair of like goggles out of their pack and out of their hammer space and like quickly try to disguise themselves as a minion.
Oh my god, I thought I knew where it was going and it was worse. I was
Thank
like,
you
oh,
for
they're gonna
that.
dress up like Tails. Nope. God.
No, a minion. You're a little yellow
Who's
nugget.
Tails?
Good question.
God.
Thank you for that.
Because they wear overalls the entire time.
God.
Oh my
true.
god.
Yeah, now you're a corn nugget. Congratulations.
Yep.
They have a ghost face mask. They used it as their disguise in like game 2. But no, they're gonna be a minion.
Is the Despicable Me series canon now? In
Yes.
Illumination.
Then, since animation is like real world, that means minions are real people in this universe.
oh good
Thank
lord.
you.
Oh, I
They're a
Culture
marginalized
is-
community. Tailwind, how could you?
Despicable Me was a documentary.
Hey, it can still be like people acting. But
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Not Despicable Me was the documentary. The Minions movie was a documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Despicable Me was based on a true story, but the Minions movie was the documentary.
It had a voiceover and everything.
I never watched the Minions movie. I have no clue what you're talking about, but
I have a tiny cousin, so I've watched all of them.
R.I.P.
I just have bad taste, so I've watched all of them.
I only watched the first one because I do have taste.
The first one ain't bad. Like, none of them are
Yeah, the first one's
bad
fine.
movies.
First one's perfectly fine. And then they realized, hey, we can make $1 bajillion just showing these ugly little corn nuggets. And we don't have to
Okay.
effort at all. The children love them. And then they never efforted again.
We are
Uh,
hurtling off topic, my dudes.
Yep.
Yes.
So, until Tailwind can find a better costume, that is what they're going
You're now just a little fox appropriating nugget culture.
They're just a fucking little.
Cat is going to just. Cat's going to just turn, look at Tailwind, pick them up physically, and just be like, "We're going to my place. We're getting you a better costume, and then we're going trick or treating."
Okay.
Hey, at
This
least now
time,
I
I'm
know.
getting you in yellow paint. You have two choices.
No, that's fair. You just need to get off somewhere more secure. I have the thing.
You got the thing?
There's robot ears everywhere. This is as much as I'm
so
saying.
sorry, Nikola. Because I'm just gonna have to lean over and just be like, sorry about the outfit, because it turned out I appeared to be a slime rancher.
Way pale. They just sort of adjust their fireman hat and just like, let's get this show on the road.
So, to Cat's house then? For
To Cat's house.
costume stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's at this point where Brittany's like, well, this has been a horrific night. I think I'm going to go home now.
I don't think Cat's gonna let you go home yet.
I would like to see him try and stop me.
Okay, Cat. She said to go ahead and try, so have fun. I won't stop you for a change.
Can I make a funny attempt at a roll?
What are you attempting?
Tailwind still has a bit of a chip on their shoulder, for reasons.
Oh,
Can I
boy.
have-
Oh boy. I think Nikola makes eye contact with Tailwind and like just starts like, oh golly, oh gee,
Can I just like have made a sleight of hand check to pickpocket Brittney's phone?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, lovely.
See, I'm a little imp. Tailwind is vindictive. I will allow Tala to say if that works or not.
Passive perception is a 13. You have her phone.
So as Cat is like walking off at a steady pace, you just catch Tailwind underneath their arm, holding your phone in two fingers, waggling it, and then just say to Cat, "Run."
Cat-
You hear in your brain. You
Cat with
fucking rat!
Run faster.
Absolute zero hesitation. The millisecond Tailwind says run, he breaks into a sprint.
The fox hunt. Yeah.
You can feel the murderous intent.
Who, me?
But hey, you got Brittney following at least.
We're going to have a fun time and we're going to bond on the best night of the year.
You still think it's the best night of the year, buddy?
It's going to be.
I think, like, maybe a wonderful end to this fucking tomfoolery would be, Shaun and Nikola, like, walking behind this fool's chase, like, sort of shoulder to shoulder, just like, you know, it's a real nice night.
Aww. That is indeed
Nice
a
little
very
closing
sweet place
shot.
to end it. As Cat and Tailwind run off with Brittney chasing them, Nikola and Shaun just following behind, and Nicola's like, friends.
You know, some chaos that's normal and not a big problem.
They're
Instead of, you know,
bonding.
horrible sounds that just happened to happen at Halloween and was strangely on a parade float, which is very odd.
Man, it's Nikola has fucking. Actually, hey, Verl, do you want to do a quick scene between Shaun and Nikola?
About your fabulous trauma.
Like, I think eventually, like, as the sounds of like carnage like go off in the distance in front of them, then background behind them, come like dangerously close to snaring them in, and they have to like stop and let them pass. Like, Nikola will just go. So they were trying to weed us out, right? Maybe round us up.
Something. Like, if we want to pretend something else, it was try and round up the other animals that don't think very well and wouldn't understand and just kind of run out, and they have all these police right there to knock them out and make it look like a show. But
Yeah.
I don't know who would think to set it up, so
Well, that goopy guy had to work for someone.
true. They're like, oh yeah, everybody should leave the town. It was real threatening, but it was like, okay, he's like, why isn't he here then? Surely they would have been just as annoyed as we are, right?
I think that the people that he worked for and the people who, you know, set this up might have been like the same folks.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Seems like self-defeating though, like, why would you work for someone that just wants to destroy you too? It doesn't make much sense.
money.
Yeah, but the money won't buy him anything if he's murdered with everyone else or has everyone shot down by cop robots. So it's like, cool, good luck spending that money when you're a corpse. I don't really get their motivation.
I mean, he might buy his own bullshit. Like, he might, you know, maybe he just thinks he'll be spared. Maybe, you know, he like you can internalize a lot of hatred. You can internalize a lot of hatred. And
Being
it's
the
sad, but
one
it's
good mutant.
say again?
Being the one good mutant.
The one good mutant, yeah. I don't know. What
Sort of
if Brittney had been gone to our party? What if we had been, you know, just walking around? What if we hadn't been together? We would have been exposed and vulnerable, and it would have been all too easy for someone to just drive by in a big white van and pick us up.
True. Especially if you went to any of the events going on today.
Yeah, we just had to look for someone with a headache.
Like, I don't know, maybe we can bother Brittney for the parade's route later? Like, the whole route? Maybe see where they were planning to try and maybe flush people out? Like, I guess it could be coincidence, but I seriously doubt it. It's a bit too specific.
Yeah.
Especially since they hid it in that cauldron. If it was
Yeah.
just an accident, why would you hide the thing, right?
Yeah, and they had, like an anti-mutant propagandist sort of like shindig on that like last float. It would have been all like you said, part of the show. But also like I think we need to conduct ourselves as if we're being hunted. Like that's not new information, but we have to assume that someone has it out for us.
You know, great. I'm sure Brittney will take that super well. Or go, someone's always out to get me because I'm so gorgeous.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how Cat's gonna. I love that them to bits. They take very little seriously. Well, they take something seriously. I shouldn't be unkind, but they're a daredevil, and I'd
Yeah.
hate for them to be like, well, look at me. I'm big and tough, and I got little noodle arms holding swords, and I'm real fast and bullshit. And then run right, into a bear trap.
Yeah, that sounds like Cat.
Also,
But
kind of sounds like Tailwind.
a little bit like Tailwind. Tailwind would at least be doing it because they want to take something apart first.
They
Or
want to
because they're like, someone told them, hey, you might get some money / do you want to do some crime? Cat'll just do it to be a protagonist. So.
Yeah, let's just watch out for him if we can. Oh boy, I think Brittney nearly caught him on that one. There they go. Oh shit. Oh, that was a good flip though.
It was a pretty good one. But I bet you could do a couple more, like maybe get him to do a backflip.
Hey, Cat,
Yeah.
do a backflip.
Cat obliges with a backflip.
Happy Halloween, Shaun.
Yeah, happy Halloween. But, we'll still have to decide how to tell them. And if there's anyone worth telling, because, like, obviously, Tailwind doesn't want to talk to their parents. I sure don't want to. You've got a whole gang with a bird dog. So
Yeah.
they seem okay with it, but, I don't know, maybe you want to tell them, hey, we might be getting hunted down, so if you go missing one day, they know to look for you. Instead of,
Yeah,
not
well,
caring.
I'm not really the runaway type myself. I grew out of that real quick. Yeah, the last thing I want is for my fucking mom to show up at the city and be like, "Oh, what's been going on up here?" And we'll be stuck. They'll keep it a secret. They'll keep it a secret to their fucking graves, but not within the family. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you being going missing would be a tip off, then it's fine. I'm not too sure about the others, though. Like, I assume Bronson would shut the whole city down if something happened to Brittney. Just vanished one day. But I'm not too sure about Cat exactly. In Tailwind, well, I'm not sure if a goat there probably worry about him, but be like, oh yeah, he's just wandered off to look for trash for like 3 weeks and not notice.
Yeah, I mean, I try very hard to give Mayor Bronson absolutely no credit. I wouldn't put it past him, frankly, to be the one to disappear his own daughter. If he thought it was, for the sake of public image, or, maybe she didn't get a deadline. Wait, sorry, I'm getting vindictive.
Deserves it though.
We'll just have to make sure that someone's out there looking for us.
Yeah. Someone that isn't the mayor would be ideal.
Oh yeah, to be sure. Honestly, knowing how much my grandparents fucking hate that guy, he would be suspect numero uno. It's oh boy, it's about I gotta tell you, about once every 1.5 weeks, my grandma Rosie gets up and takes a butcher knife, says, "I'm going out to the butcher's shop." And my other grandma Rosetta, goes, "No, you're not. Sit down. I don't care if it's an election year or not." And that happens just about 1.5 weeks.
Even on non-election years.
Even on non-election years.
That's dedication.
Oh boy.
Dedication.
Well, my mom. Never mind. It's a holiday, and you don't want to hear about my family bullshit. But let's just say he messed with family.
Hey, I would rather listen to your guys' family bullshit than anything else. So, if you want to talk all about your family bullshit later, after they're done having a sugar coma, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, Brittney, do not grab the hair. Don't grab it or the fur. Okay.
I am going to snap your neck like the twig you are.
You're not gonna wear his tail as a boa?
You know, thank you for the idea.
It's too short. It's not gonna work.
Oh, she can make it longer after she's like pelted the guy.
Anyway, what about your family bullshit?
No thanks.
No thanks. Fair enough. We'll have to grab some root beers at some point.
Yes.
Not that Tweedledum Tweedledee and the murderous politician's daughter isn't conducive to, a good old heart to heart.
I think they're doing a heart-to-heart right now. In a more violent and direct manner.
There's already out.
Cat's got both of his swords drawn.
Just back Satan.
I'm just attached to Cat's back. Like a backpack. like Yoda.
For reference, for those who don't have access to the player chat, this whole time Brittney's been trying to snipe Cat and Tailwind down.
Pretty close too. We're quite proud of her.
Lordly, may I read one of your things that you put in player talk out loud?
Absolutely.
Imagining Brittney throwing various spells at Cat while he hops around, and Tailwind flops about in his grasp like a content ferret.
Tailwind, like every single ferret I have ever known, likes to cause problems on purpose.
Well, you see, that's because ferrets are just problems on purpose.
Ferrets are snake cats. They have the software of a cat in the body of a snake. And they had to make it work somehow.
I like to think that, they work out a system as the night goes on where, Shaun and Nikola, knock on the door, say trick or treat, and then the other three, run past the door in a whirling dervish and, each grab some candy. And whenever someone gives them shit over it, Shaun and Nikola are just they're doing a performance art costume, sort of collaboratively, sort of a commentary on violence in media and how we as a society react to it.
I was just gonna say
Totally.
they're performing the great comedy duo Tom and or Jerry.
Yes. It's true. And we're like 5 seconds away from a who's on first joke, so especially when they start knocking each other around and going, ah. So
The weirdest Three Stooges skit we've ever seen.
but hey, now at least they have a happy Halloween. Sort of, kind of, not really. Phone thefts.
Brittany's not
Something else
even
to think
trying to
about.
get any candy. She is absolutely going in for the kill.
I'm just
Getting
picturing.
intent on the phone. Don't worry, when the night ends, Cat will just hand her the phone back and also a thing full of candy that is collected for her because he knew he'd be too fucking invested in the chase.
Murderous.
Yeah.
Too busy trying
Nah,
to
she's on a diet.
skin you alive. Now this is when Nikola bends over and's like, "What do you mean on a diet?
Yeah, they're just like,
Eat these
"Hun,
potatoes."
you are skin and bones, unless the diet is, some good hearty soup every day and like some hash browns. You need, look at you. You need proteins. You need veggies. You need probably some more healthy carbs. Oh,
There's no such thing as a diet on Halloween.
I'll take the candy if you also hand over Tailwind.
Cat will do so happily.
Oh my god.
As soon as it lets go, Expeditions Retreat away.
Everything's fast. I still have one more spell slot for that.
Jump.
Honestly, I don't assume that spell slot would have been used up during the chase.
you could roll like a wisdom saving throw, perhaps, to see if she successfully saved it.
A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, okay, I'll see.
Like if
No,
like the delayed gratification of being like, no, you don't.
Okay, so is it a wisdom saving throw or Earthen Grasp? Or
No,
what?
No,
for Brittney.
Brittney would.
It's did she have the foresight to save one more, or was she too
Oh.
caught up in trying to murder you?
I mean, at the end of the day, Tailwind would not have gone into the phone at all. Though, from what I remember of their history, they have had access to the phone to fix at one point. So they know how to get in.
There's not even anything all that incriminating on it, to be honest. It's the principle of the matter, you know?
I
Just
think
that she's being dragged along with these nerds on a baby thing like trick or treating.
I think there's only one thing, because I know for a fact you can still have access to your camera. They will definitely have a picture taken from the chase.
I'm just imagining they open it up and no memory left because Tailwind's taken a picture every like 11 seconds.
It's just like the face of a barbarian berserker.
Why are you listing my character class? I'm the
No, the barbarian berserker is back with the fucking warlock shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Though, of
Don't
course,
rope us into this.
though I guess it's because when I rage, I actually just get unshakably positive instead. I haven't been raging lately.
Is that a fact?
It is.
Well, that's wonderful.
I don't know if that's disconcerting or wonderful. If that's
You know,
your
it's-
like
it's-
go-to.
It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna win, even if it's really obvious we're in trouble. It's like, no, we're gonna win. It's a great thing. You should be totally comforted by this.
Internal cheerleader.
No, nothing wrong with that, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta put a brave face on something.
Just gotta live
Pretty
in hype.
much. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like, oh yeah, how do you fight through the thing? It's like, just convince yourself you are fine. You're fine. It's fine.
Burning building. This is fine.
Exactly. Only not sitting
Everything-
relaxed, swinging at somebody with like giant slime claws.
Everything is a-okay. We have not had a horrible night.
Oh, half of my limbs are missing. It's fine. We got this.
Honestly, that's like 90% of the reason why Cat was so chipper. It's just like, first we sort out this shit, then I
Well,
can break down.
That's how you prove it's raging and sort of like a sort of handicap on thought processes. It's how Cat thinks. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be Cat now. Planning? We don't need to do planning. If we just believe, it'll be fine. It's like the power of friendship, only more dangerous.
Aw.
Friendship can be dangerous. No, I will not elaborate.
Well, I mean, y'all are friends with Brittney, and you see how that's working out right now.
Well, she hasn't actually killed either of them, so that's an improvement.
Let's not jinx it, shall we? Oof.
Don't say that out loud. She will take that as a challenge.
Oh,
Only if she can hear it.
True, might be too focused on the hunt.
You've already got a target. They must pay for stealing your mobile device.
Man, could you imagine if that girl had if she was a barbarian?
Oh, we'd
Oh.
all be dead.
Oh boy. Oh, I like just saying it out loud. I feel more superstitious than
Like, being able to mentally get into your head isn't much better, but at least she can't clobber you with her own bones.
Well, I'm fine. I can get into her head back. Like if she's like, "Oh, I want to know your secrets," I'm like, "Ooh, how about this one that you have? This one's real shiny." Like it's like mutual destruction, and also I don't really have any real secrets.
Fair enough. I don't have that advantage.
Yeah,
Well,
like the
mind
deepest
power-wise.
reaches of my mind are just filled with like corn.
Just an
corn,
empty field
God,
of corn.
corn. What's that one thing from? Is it the Ohio effect, where it's just like you see nothing but corn advertising, corn advertising, corn. Eat at Joe's, corn.
Hell is real. Corn, corn.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know.
Did you mean fucking Iowa?
No, it was Ohio. I found the thing.
Oh no, did you mean Iowa? I'm remembering the unholy abomination that is the land of my forefathers.
Oh boy.
Oh, I hear typing. I'm interested.
Listen, my friends and I did like a road trip around Lake Superior. We definitely got to have the corn experience for a little bit.
Corn. That was real. Corn. Grandma beef barn. Corn / soybeans. Corn.
That's a
wanna...
real thing.
Anyway,
Yes.
guys,
We are
we should
still
probably
recording.
wrap up at
Yeah.
some
Oh
point.
jeez, we're still recording.
Yeah, I've been like, is there anything
Well,
else?
it's
people
okay.
want
There's
to do?
already a safe cutoff point with the like, oh yeah, happy Halloween thing.
But then we're
Maybe
gonna
add
get
some
the
fun
deepest
afterwards.
recesses of Nikola's mind are corn.
Yes.
That was
Because
good.
Leave-
people need to know the lore.
People need
Leave
to know
the
corn lore.
extended. Said I am begging you to leave all of this in, just so people can like. I love this so much.
Just
It's
let them have a
great.
window into how all of our session beginnings are.
And the breaks.
And the
Yes.
breaks.
The break. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get
Is
breaks.
there anything else that that people want to do as part of this game, or should we call it a night?
Anything
Uh,
beyond
well-
corn lore.
I'll bring
I-
up the weird machine later, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm like-
tonight will be fine.
Looking into the weird machine, we've had some potential FPSs here, or the next game, you know. If we
Yeah.
don't get to it by then, I'll give you a little time at the beginning to look at it. Next game.
Especially since like 2 of us are already going, why did that happen? Why is this happening? Why was it at the middle of town? So
Yeah.
Nikola and Shaun are over here like, let's delve deep into this plot line. Meanwhile, everyone else is just like, violence.
Wackety sax playing in the background.
yep. Or my favorite zany haha something happened tune is like Jazz in Paris. I think it's what it is.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Alright. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone
Bye,
say goodbye!
Good
Everyone,
night.
spring
Have
for
a good one.
everyone.
Happy Halloween.